My name's Nevill Macfarlane, and I'm retired. My work experience probably has been very enjoyable. It's been a lot of fun, and that's the way it should be. And at times it's been difficult and hard work, but that's life. I was selected to go to the USA for a Scout Jamboree, and I wanted to raise some money to pay for it. I was going when I was 17 to America, so I started working on school holidays and weekends on a dairy farm at Prebbleton. That ended up as my first full-time job, because it was a dream always for me to have my own farm. I only worked on that particular farm probably for about 8 or 9 months. Then I went and worked on a sheep and cattle farm in North Canterbury. But while I was working on that dairy farm, I used to go and help out. They had some more land down the road from this guy who I was working for. It just happened to be by the school bus stop. I saw this girl getting off the bus, and I thought she was not a bad looking chook, so I made some inquiries and found out who she was. That was just before I went and worked in North Canterbury on the farm. Unfortunately, I only lasted up there about 9 months, played rugby up there for 1 season. I had to head back because this young lady was attracting me back, and they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. I headed back and worked on the dairy farm again. In those days we used to work 6.5 days a week. We'd have Sunday afternoon off, and one weekend a month we'd get off. Other than that, we started work at 5 o'clock, 5 in the morning, and worked through till we were finished at night at 7 o'clock or something. So it was reasonably intense, but that's what you did. Most farms were taken over by sons of farmers and that sort of thing, and it looked as though it was going to be a fairly hard road. At the time I was earning probably £7 a week, which was $14. I could see that I was not getting in the direction I wanted to go. I had to think then of perhaps more of a career rather than just trying to get money to go farming. That was my conscious decision to move from trying to earn bigger money in the trucking business and that sort of thing. So I got a job working for a grain and seed company. So that was agricultural seeds, so wheat, barley, clovers, that sort of thing. So I had to start at the bottom of the heap with the intentions of becoming what was known in those days as a grain agent. So I worked in the office, learning all the systems, and helped in the grain and seed store, a wee bit with the seed dressing. Then I worked my way into the position of becoming a grain agent. So it was calling around farmers, booking contracts to get the farmer to grow crops of wheat, barley, and then selling them the seed, sow the crop, and looking after the crop. We would inspect the crop recommend what the farmer had to spray for weeds. Well, I worked basically for that same company for I think about 19 years, maybe 20 years. Just under 20 years, I think. And like a lot of big corporates, sometimes can't be a lot of fun because corporates do things a wee bit, well, in my eyes, do things a little bit differently than what I was used to having them done. I was keen to really get out and start our own seed company. So Lois and I and the guy who was actually general manager of the company at that time and his wife, we started our own seed company, and we progressed on from there. Well, the company's still going today, but we sold out our 50% share in the company 10 years after we started it, so that was in 2006. I was 59. Things were going very, very well with the company, and I thought, well, perhaps it's time that we should pull back a wee bit and look at other things and basically retire. Well, a lot of people, when they retire, we've seen it from experience that they retire and don't do anything. So we've tried to be pretty active. We got started racing with racehorses back in the early 90s, I suppose. So I've always had an interest in that. Of course, your dad's involved in racehorses. He's been involved in horses since he was probably 8 or 9 with his own ponies and helping trainer out from when he was 11. So I'm now help that same trainer. So I do 1, sometimes 2 days a week helping training. So I drive the racehorses and fast work and jogging and such like. That keeps me reasonably busy. I try and do a bit of fishing. I do white baiting in the season. Go away in a caravan, holiday house. All these things just keep you busy and very social, but very good. As you get older, you've still got to stay active, and if you don't, and we're only here for a short time, so we might as well have a bit of fun, and you can't have fun unless you're active.